you guys have enough fight right now to come out and, like, obviously you're contending in these games, these Valley games. Like, do you feel like you guys have enough fight to, like, push through and finish off a game and win it?
Oh, of course. I mean, we're just a few plays away every single game of winning in every single game. And it's just a matter of time before we reverse it and we stop those plays and make them and come home with a win.
Max, do you feel like, I know offense, defense are, almost two separate divisions, two separate entities, but when you maybe go back and watch the game or just track kind of what the offense is doing, like, can you kind of, like, I'm sure this is something you can relate to, right? If you have an injury earlier in the year, you miss a couple of games, it's going to be hard to come back. But especially for, like, a quarterback like Cade, who's missed some games, even missed a couple halves, right, in recent weeks. Do you think how difficult is that from him? If you've talked to him or if you've just seen it, like, how difficult is it to get in that groove?
I'm sure it's very difficult. I mean, quarterback's a little different, so I'm sure it's even more difficult than what I would expect. But I've seen what he's capable of, whether he's hurt or if he's not. He's unreal, and he's capable of doing whatever we call for him, so he'll be all right.
Max, first half, you guys, I guess for the game, again, I know it's the offense went 0-10 on third down, but you guys really limited Youngstown State getting conversions on third down, right, in that first half. Second half felt like it was a little bit of a shift, and still didn't give up huge chunk plays, but it felt like it was enough for them to ultimately, outscore you guys 12 points in that second half. What can you say about what was there any adjustments, or what did you see specifically was different from the Penguins in that second half?
I don't know if there's anything different. It's just us executing. We got to get off the field. We get off the field and, don't let them flip the field on us, and maybe it helps our offense, and it's a changed game. So I don't think it's anything different. We just have to execute.
What can you say about just starting 0, or I'll go to you, Garrett, like just starting 0-9, like how hungry, not even hungry, but like just how much do you feel like at this point in the year, getting that win is just all you're thinking about, like throughout the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday. And like you said, you're in these games. Like, how much is it just on your mind? How much you guys want to just get that initial breakthrough, and who knows what happens after that, right? A couple weeks, a year left to go.
Mm-hmm. We just try to focus on coming in every single day, doing the most we can to prepare us to win that game. I mean, if we think about winning on Monday and winning on Saturday, it's not going to happen. We got to prepare Monday through Friday to set us up in a good spot to win on Saturday.
That Penguins offense is tough, right? I mean, you guys really limited them. Anything that was working well, keep them under 20 points, keep them at 7 points at the half. Like, what was going well for you guys defensively today?
I mean, we had a really good game plan coming in. We had a really good idea of what they were going to run. They didn't run anything crazy. They're going to throw the ball deep down the field, so we just had to make sure we had to get pressure on the quarterbacks. We had to get the ball out early. And, I mean, we did a pretty good job all game of stopping what they wanted to do and taking away their explosive plays, which they've relied on heavily throughout the year.
How much is it kind of hard to, obviously for the guys, the players to lose these games, but how much is it like the whole school, coaches, like how much is it hard to just like come up short for everyone involved?
It's hard. I mean, you hear it, classmates, anyone, we feel it, but you got to put that aside. You can't listen to it. It's hard, but we want people to keep supporting us, and we'll keep supporting this rest of the school, and we'll come out with one.
Have you talked with Rylan that much this year, Rylan Cole, in terms of like what he was doing last year out on the defensive side of the ball, and like maybe just how hard it is to not potentially have a preseason first team Missouri Valley player out there?
It's hard. I mean, he's in a good spot mentally right now, but we could use him. But we've got guys that can fill in that role. It's the expectations of the position, so it's not if Rylan's out there. We got guys, but we do. It would be awesome to see Rylan.
Most of the time of possession, I mean, you look at earlier in Valley season, we were winning time of possession battle out there, so you guys were getting that extra rest. Today out there for almost 40 minutes, what was kind of the mentality, the physicality just on the sidelines as you guys got ready to go back out there for another defensive effort?
I mean, we didn't really have a choice. We got to go back out there, try to get a stop, and get the ball back to the offense, and keep stacking those 3-and-outs or punts, whatever we can do to get the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, we got to be more complimentary. Obviously, even on defense, we got to get off the field, get the offense better field position from what we were giving them. So it comes down to, we knew there was going to be a quick shot game. So
You talked about it, that the plan was to eliminate some of those big plays. 2 plays over 30 yards that you allowed today, so you did eliminate those big plays. So obviously the game plan works. What was kind of the mindset? What was the game plan going into the contest today?
it was basically limit what they can do and then stop what they do best. So if we could hold up on what they do best, they stick to their split zone, their typical plays, stop that, and then just limit the big plays. That was the game plan.
And looking at both of you, both career high efforts and tackles, both at 15 apiece. Congratulations to you guys. But what was that?
We had what?
You guys both had 15 tackles apiece
Today?
today. Yeah, that's what we had you down for. But both career highs. I mean, what were you seeing out there that just kept you consistently active around the ball?
Like we said earlier, they ran pretty much the same play over and over and over again, and they've shown that all year. And that's what we were preparing to stop.
Has in terms of the offensive flow last year, right? I didn't see you guys play last year.
Yeah.
Has it felt the same this year, just overall, right? Receivers, running backs, quarterback, what has it felt like you've gotten sort of like a rhythm and a flow out there as an offense?
It's on and off, like we'll be going very well and then someone will set us back. We just gotta continue just execute, just keep executing, just keep what Coach Miles says, what do you call it? Complimenting each other, yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Does it feel like there's just so many pieces moving in and out with injuries and different things? I mean, I know you missed some time.
Yeah.
Some pretty big pieces have missed time. Has that influenced you guys on offense this year?
Well, if I get injured, I know players are gonna do well. I know if Kay gets injured, I know his back is gonna do well. So it's a factor, but I just know our backups, whoever it is, who's gonna replace us, is gonna do good.
Can you walk me through your touchdown today? So, it was, a bubble screen outside and you had a couple lead blockers and you're going. Can you kind of walk me through how that developed and got the first score of the day?
It was just a regular little swing pass, stepped up, saw the ball, and read my blockers in and out, and took off.
Blaz, what can you tell me about? You had a play here in this end zone earlier in that, this side of the ball, this side of the field, in that first half, and you broke free momentarily, right? 10, 20 yards downfield. The last guy's lunging to get a shoelace tackle. He sort of lands it, but he didn't fall. And then by that time, the safety had kind of gotten the angle on you.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little bit it was there and then it wasn't there. And then, you guys didn't score on that drive. So, what can you tell me about a play like that and just what's going through your head and, how close you felt you were to, bust and lose for a score?
Yeah, I seen it. I just got to do a better job, work on my balance and keep my feet on that play. That should have been 6. So it hurts, just to know that you had a chance, you had an opportunity to score and help your team out, and then you guys fall short on that. So it hurt a lot.
What have you seen from the offense, right? So you got to kind of watch it, and you were in the scout team a little bit earlier in the year. Got some reps against Murray State and a couple other games. What have you seen? How's the offense evolved? And then maybe the second part would be how has your game kind of evolved as well in that.
I feel like as an offense we're getting better. It may not look like it on when we play games, but we are getting better. We're getting closer. I definitely feel like the O-line is doing a great job. And I've learned a lot. I'm learning from one of the best backs, if not the best back in our conference. So he's always helping me and keeping me in the game and keeping my head up when I'm make a mistake or miss a cut. He's always been there for me, and that's just him. So it's great to have a leader like him in our running back room.
So I got the stat sheet here. A couple things that jumped off. So you guys had 1 red zone trip, and then you guys were 0 for 10 on 3rd down. Anything you guys can tell me kind of what's going on and what was factoring into that today?
Just execution. We got to block better, and we need to get open on routes better. That's just all it is.
Can you tell me, Blaz, what do you see? What do those numbers mean to you in terms of over 10 and one trip to the red area?
kind of what just Dinka said. Execution. We gotta throw better, but we also gotta run the ball better. I mean, when you run the ball, you won't get in those situations like that. So we gotta run the ball better too. So.
Anything you guys saw from the Penguins, their offense, in terms of like, right, you guys are in this game, and then they kind of maybe took another gear in terms of like converting that third down, which they hadn't done in the first half, and then even like just their quarterback kind of scrambling to get outside for some pickups, some big pickups, some big touchdowns. Anything you guys felt like kind of tilted the game in terms of being tied at half and then losing that second half 12-0?
I guess the momentum shift is when they got that. When it was 10-7, they got a touchdown. I felt a little shift in the air, and we're like, we're a little backed up. We got to score. We got to score. That's mostly it.
Yeah, Justin, what can you tell me about an 0-9 start, man? It's got to be like the worst thing to hear, right? Starting 0-9. What can you tell me about the emotion behind like going through it and then just wanting to bounce back? You guys still got 2 more weeks to go.
Yeah, it sucks. It's just no one wants to be 0-9, but it's about how you come to work every day. You're still gonna do the same thing, so have a good attitude while you do it. And we're just gonna play the last 2 games like we're 9-0. So
Yeah. Any? I know people say the cliche like have a good attitude, but like what does that exactly kind of mean? Like how is that relatively like tangible? How can you tangibly show that?
just mastering your craft.
Going to work every day, really just going to work, putting your nose to the plow, and just keep on going, keep on moving. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. So keep on doing that.